Yeah. You know, if more stuff tasted better on cars, I think we'd have a problem. But nothing that I get into my mouth will taste good. That sounds great. All right, throttle key. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, or as I like to call this, the convertible Karmann Ghia network. Yes, this is the project that never ends. You remember that that old kids show with Lamb Chop? I can't remember, but there's that song that will never end, and it goes on and on, my friend. That is how I feel with this car. But with that said, just show, overcome and, struggle on. We're now going to be doing a clutch and rear main seal. Good news is everything, worked fine, except for, the parts that didn't. Yeah. In my test drive, if you missed the last video on this car, I did make a comment it was going to need a clutch. And, the clutch is getting done sooner than later, just due to the fact that I made it back from test drive, literally 16.23 remainder. Feet back into the shop and pop the rear main. So that is what we're doing now. We're yanking this engine, going to do a clutch, a rear main, and hopefully finish this car up. My only speculation is, like I said, it seems like this engine has been rebuilt. Yes, it's been sitting, so and so forth. But my speculation on this isn't the rear main is bad. I'm thinking someone never changed the O-ring in the flywheel. I'm thinking that's what's leaking, but we'll find out. You're gonna know as much as I do. Yes, the engine's still in the car. We haven't taken it out yet, so I will leave it up. I will update when we get the engine out. Look, either that or the flywheel's worn. Like I said, the engine looks way too clean and way too newish, and pulls really good for me to think that the rear main went out. But what do I know? We'll get this thing in the air and we'll dive in, taking everything apart that I just put together. Sounds about right. All right, guys, it's like deja vu. We're gonna remove everything, that was just put onto this car. The good news is, I'm not really that sour about it, just due to the fact, that, it needs to get done, and I think I always say this, anything that leaves this shop, leaves correct. If it's leaving under its own steam, put it to you that way. The other thing I do preach is if you are, I need a 10. The other thing I preach is, I didn't even really connect that. Good. The other thing I pretty much preach is, if you're working on cars, whether it's, yours or someone else's, don't be a jackass. What I mean by that is, think of the next guy that possibly has to work on it, because the next guy, honestly, might be you. And how much are you gonna hate life if, you crank stuff down to the moon because, it's not going anywhere and, I won't ever have to work on it again and blah, blah, blah. I've seen it many times. Not gonna lie. That's why, I don't do that. Disconnecting the electrical, so you got your 2 wires for your alternator now. They go away. Just put them over there. Pink wire is my ignition now. That can go away, or at least go over there. I said over. Over means not in this area. There we go. Throw that under. Oil pressure, light. See how that works now. We'll get that out of the way. Fuel line, flathead. I'll disconnect it from underneath. I don't know why I'm doing it up here. But yeah, whatever I was saying, yeah, because I mean, I would be very, very, very angry if the ground's going to stay with the engine. Ghias, I ground them to the engine. It's right here. Beetles get, chassis ground. This you can chassis ground if you want. Transfer it through the ground strap on the transmission, but it's just easier to just go right to the engine. Anywho, but yeah, I would be very, very, very mad if I put this thing together, didn't want to take it back apart, so on and so forth, and well, now everything would be super tight. But seeing how I'm usually the next guy, I'm hoping everything just comes out. I'm actually going to change out this hardware. If you watch this channel long enough, I used the flange nuts. I didn't on this. I have an actual washer. Nothing's wrong with it. It's just you have to keep track of said washer. Unlike this last one, which is a flange nut. So we'll update those. I don't know why I didn't put it in, but I didn't. Pull this tray again. Put you there. All right. Next is, let's see. Well, I got to take those off. Let's get the top nuts on this thing off. For the exhaust, I think I can get that with a ratchet. That one I cannot. Wrench. Another reason I anti-seize everything. Not that this engine has any, run time to it, as far as something's going to screw up. All right, let's see if I can let's drop this down some. It's going to be on locks. One thing I did notice, I'll just zoom you back some because you'll be in the way. One thing I did notice is this does have all 4 bolts in the shroud. Which is, impressive, because I think the last couple cars we've done on this channel for a clutch did not. That nut's not even tight. And the reason I can tell you that they didn't is more or less, is this going to cooperate? Because it's the wrong engine for this car. It's new enough. Usually when you... Oh, come on. You almost there? Thing about the modern transmissions and engines that are non-doghouse is the non-doghouse engines aren't threaded here, what I'm trying to take out. So I'm kind of impressed that there's a bolt in there, because the transmissions that support the non-doghouse engine have ears, or like a V channel, if you will, on the transmission to hold the backside of the bolt. Kind of like how the starter D-bolt works. The transmission's made for it so that you can, not do this. Because the back side of this is just spinning. Great. So, shoot the bolt out. Boop. And then the D-bolt on the starter. I'm pretty sure there was a D on here. Ow. There it is. It's being stubborn. Let's pull these wires a little tighter. Like, tighter out of the way, I mean. Alright. Disconnected throttle cable. Always the throttle cable. Just throttle cable's loose. Alright, everything's done from the other side. Top's disconnected. Let's get this car up in the air. Bring the light with me. Let's be, ooh, and my flashlight. Let's get this thing up and yeah, disconnect the rest from the bottom and just pull this thing. Exhaust comes off. Like I said, I like doing it just because it gives me clearance. Ghias, you really don't have to, but you know what? I know it comes off because, well, I put it on. Plan. Up we go. Okie dokies, we're under the car. You know, where's that flashlight that I remembered to bring this time? Shine this light right in my eye. That's grand. Well, it's definitely oil. You know, dumb thing of mine. I want to make sure it wasn't gear lube. It definitely doesn't stink like gear lube, so that's a good thing. Yeah, this whole thing's just wet. That's good. That stud doesn't look like it's even attached. Awesome. All right. First, let me disconnect the heat. What are you doing? Stiff. No idea. Whatever. Like I said, questioning everything. I also still had the heat engaged. Not that it matters, but it was. All right, let me bring you in real quick as far as what I was talking about with the engine. This engine bolt, I don't know if I'll be able to get the angle of the dangle right to show you what's going on with it. But that's not seated. It's definitely pulled away from the case, so that's loose. That one's short. Also, that one's so long that I'm wondering if someone put a, wonder if someone put a new stud in or if that one's pulling out. We shall find out. But let's finish with this exhaust. Oh, come on, get over. Get over it, you know you want to. Tighten-ish. pull the exhaust. That one, gently throw it somewhere. All right, good. Those exhaust gaskets are perfect still, so we'll reuse them. All right, now I got the 2 bolts on the backside. All right, now come off. You go back there. I'll do that, get my plug ready, and let's make a mess. Also, we're gonna check fuel flow. How good is it? Is it good out of this line? Oh, she has plenty. Why is it brown looking? I don't know. I think it's washing off the frame. Tight. All right. I'd have been frame wash off because the gas is new and fuel line's new. Everything's new. Fueling system is what I'm getting at. All right, let's pull this thing. Here, hold this. Because I got to clean a mess. Because, I mean, I've only been working for 4 minutes. Again, I forgot to take off the frickin' tire. I saw something I don't want to lose. So I probably already lost the other one. Where'd it go? Nope, that wasn't it. Gasket. I have more, but if I don't lose them, that'd be fantastic. I don't know where the other one went. We'll find it. Down, down. Stuff's disconnected. Let's pull. Flashlight that I lost. How are we looking? Whoa, this is a mess back here. Oh, yeah, it's pretty good. Try to go up some. I think that other stud's gonna give me problems. Because we're out on that side, we're not on the other side. Awesome. Yeah, I think this side's gonna give me problems. How much further do we got? I mean, we're sort of out. Can I sort of handle it with muscles? Are you out? Oh, you're out. All right, can we go up? So that'd be fantastic. Woo! I think the crunching means it's working. Shoot! Positive side starter. All right, I can loosen that. Oh yeah, this starter's also missing that bolt, or the nut. It has the D bolt, but right in the face hole. It has the D bolt, but it doesn't have the actual nut that goes on. So that's good. You come off. Come here. Come out. You're out. All right. What's that? It smells like gas. Why does it smell like gas? Are we leaking still? Oh, fuel filter's leaking. I'm fine with that. All right. Now what the hell am I doing? Up. Stupid pulley. Where's my wedge? Ugh. And a pry bar. It's getting late, guys. Boop. All I want to do is tilt this engine up some. Up some more. So I can clear those damn pulleys. That should be fine. Did we clear? Yes. I think we're good for pull. Good for pull. One last look. Make sure I'm not breaking anything. All right, tensile strength. Engaged. Alrighty. You come back down. All right, let's look at this carnage together, guys. Whew. Bring the light. All right, first look. There's just oil slung everywhere. That's an old clutch for sure, but you can just see I'm honestly surprised, and that stud is pulled out. I'll send it back in. That was what I was fighting mainly to get the engine out. I'm surprised it ran for as long as it did without, going nutso. Did I get the right clutch? I mean, weird things have happened. Yep. Even this is the cross. I mean, everything is just so rusty on this engine. Was it underwater or was it a flood car? I'm wondering if it was a flood car. That would explain a lot to a certain extent. But yeah, I got to put a bolt up in here, or a nut, excuse me. They're interchangeable in my land for all I care. Everything else looks decent in here. So that's good. But all right, let me actually got to turn on my air compressor to charge off to get the gland nut off, because like I said, looking at this engine, it looks like it seems been really, cleaned up. Could have been, who knows? Yeah, look, it doesn't look, we're gonna find out if it's the remainder, if it's just that stupid seal that no one changes on the flywheel. So give me a second. charge my compressor and it will blow the clutch off and get to all the meat and potatoes. All right, guys, compressor's charged. My vacuum's attacking my other thing. That's not shutting all the way. Huh. That one? No. We'll mess around with these too. All right, let's get these out. Rusty. All right, what do we got for the clutch? Oh, she is smoked. Man, look how rusty this thing is. Was this underwater? Oh, yeah, she smoked. Almost, man, almost down. Flywheel looks good. Almost down to the things, rivets. Whew. All right. So, I can tell you the clutch has been off just due to the fact that bolts or nuts are missing, but that's not saying this gland or anything else has ever been off. Let's see how tight this is. Also got to find my other ratchet. Man, how do I lose these things? Easy, I don't put them away. That's off. Let's see what we got. Are you going to cooperate? Nope, of course not. Where's that pry bar? Gentle persuasion. Also, don't be too afraid of dropping these things, just due to the fact that hopefully those studs are going to catch it. All right, I should be able to get it by hand now. Unless it falls right now. There we go. Whoa! I lied. Rear main. Maybe not. All right, hold on. Oh. We'll take that seal out together. It's definitely the rear main. All right, let me wipe this up. Where are my towels? I need a maid. Wow, this is one of the worst ones I've seen. They reuse it? What's the backside of that thing look like? No groove on the pulley, so that's what I just checked. All right, yeah. This is interesting. And I lost another flashlight. There's one. All right. Literally coming apart. Made in Mexico. But yeah, that is separated, coming apart. So let me pull it out real quick. There we go. I don't know what the heck was up with my other one. All right, where's brake clean? You can see it better, probably. Focus. It's all. Shouldn't be getting light through this thing. Oh, right in the oil. Focus, please. But yeah, you shouldn't, there shouldn't be a light hole there. Puzzled how that happened. But all right, let me just wipe this stuff down, get the new rear main. Actually, while we're here, unattached. Let's pull out this O-ring. Hopefully I can do it before that battery dies. Pick. Still pliable. Pliable, doesn't look bad, doesn't feel bad, still has some stretch. But we got a new one and we'll throw it in, so give me a minute to get everything, change the battery, and then we'll get back to assembly. Sounds like a well-rounded idea. Also, let me de-oil this thing. I gotta see if I got any more brake clean, because I think that can is my last one. There goes new clutch, new seals. So when I put in the clutch, O-ring, just put it in. Boop. Done. Nice new seal. And a hammer. I've done many of these rear mains. I already cleaned this, obviously. I've done many rear mains on this channel. I think almost every clutch job I do, I'll probably do one. Make sure you hit in, flush. And we'll install the old flywheel. Oh boy. Stay. Hammer. Screwed up. Got a little antsy-pantsy. I deviated from my normal procedure, and I don't like doing that. Come off. What I mean is, I like to put a little grease on this for installation. You use grease, oil, what have you. It gives me the warm and fuzzies, knowing that it's not going to run dry. And it's, like I said, I'm at that, we're doing it. Why, I could have lied and just shoved it on, but I didn't. Do this again. Stay again. I have, standard operating procedure I follow. Oh, crap. And when I'm not right, or when I deviate, I don't like it. This is, don't get complacent. Doesn't matter how many times you've done something. When you skip a step, you've probably seen, if you've been watching this channel, you've seen me redo things just because. And send it. yes, this does torque down to the spec. Actually, it over specs. I know I had a comment in one of my videos about it. How's that bearing feel? Should have checked it before I did that, but it's fine. Well, I have it. New clutch. Boop. Put that there. What it? Oh. Wow. All right. Pressure plate. Out. Fingers. Boop. Non-rusted all the heck. Again, I'm going back with new hardware. Because the old stuff, well, like I said, it's I'll show you. There's two different size nuts or bolts by the heads, and some have washers, some don't. So we'll eliminate that by yeah, putting all new hardware in. And at least you can't lose the washer on these. Or if you do, I'm impressed. All right. Had one. Come on. Then I need F for front. In and out easy. Tight. Play, good, done. Impacts, they're amazing, but you have to kind of respect them. I've ran my tools long enough, or at least the ones I have long enough, to guesstimate on torque specs. Don't worry, I'm not going to break anything. Because if I do all this and then it doesn't work, ooh, excuse me. Well, guess what? I'm doing it again. I don't want to do it again. At least clutch diagnosis was right. Rear main was right, just, well, I guess it's not a rebuilt engine. All right, throw in the new pilot throb bearing, and then, yeah, let's shove this thing back in. Let me mess with these doors, see if I can get them to shut, because they're still open. All right, guys, this is actually the next day. Got brake cleaned, hosed everything up. New throw out, threw that in last night. They're just hooks, they just slide in. Greased the shaft. Anywho, cleaner trans, all that stuff. Let's shove this thing back in. Ugh. Sorry about the background noise. It did decide to get cold. Ugh. You gonna cooperate, little car? Ups. All right, got the car in the air. Shove the engine under. Let's lower this thing. Man, I couldn't have planned that one any better. Take the alignment block out. Boop. Now it works. Okay. fuel line, up and over. What else I got? Anything else in the way? Just doing some double check. I should have took this wheel off too, but I didn't. All right. Down some more. Where's the other flashlight? I like this one better. Looking good. I can go forward some. That's about as far forward as I can go. Where are we on our studs? Got about another inch. Everything's still not getting destroyed. No wires getting pinched. Nope. All right, I lied. It's probably like another, mile I have. That should do it. Was it really that easy? Did I calculate the calculations? I put my flashlight like right here. That's in. That's in. I did. Oh, come on. Where are we at? You're aligned. Just slide in. It's like hitting a hard, nope. Oh, I think that might have been it. Where I can get nuts on at least. Alrighty. Don't fall out the car. I think I was fighting the pressure plate for that last itty bitty bit I needed. Well, get out of there now. Thank you. Knee-bolt in. Let's lower this thing. All right, let me get this top one in. It's now getting warm in here. There's the bolt that went into the back. But I lost 2 nuts. Whatever. That's why I have spares, guys. Because sometimes I'm the idiot. Down lower. Ow. Finger. Battery cable. What else? Anything, and start putting the exhaust on. You know, all the stuff I'm gonna forget and remember. All at the same time. Back up. Heat connected. Put these ducks back on. Duck 1, duck 2. DuckTales, woo woo. All right, those guys. Oh, all right, did you fall out? I don't even know. You're on the floor and you don't fit, so we'll put you in. Or put you on. There we go. Oh. Put you into here first. Then we'll slide you on. Caught it. Yeah, and then we wiggle you on. There we go. Now that's sealed. Okay. That's good. That's good. Fuel line. Do we want to put that on? Yeah, we can do that. Throttle cable. Because brain fart again. Throttle cable. Throttle cable. You did this to me last time. Why? No. Go. No. Stop. In. Stop. Go. Hey. Well, figure it out. What is... Oh, man, now I can't get my hand up in here. I need light. I can't see. There we go. All right, throttle cable. You go in. Go in a more cooperating manner. I think that was cooperating. It sounded breaky. So I'll call that a success. What is that? All right. Where I throw the exhaust. I see it. It's just, you come down. Oh, I'm here. Where's the clutch feel like? Cable-wise play. Oh, we got loads of slap. Let me adjust that. Let me get the exhaust done. And there's still plenty anti-seize from the last time I took this thing apart. So, yeah, didn't put more on. You cooperated last time, why aren't you cooperating now? Damn it. There we go. I gotta take trash out today. I need a dumpster service. All right, as we keep, let me adjust the clutch, I guess, because I'm here. I put a vice grip on the cable so it doesn't rotate or try to rotate as much. But you guys can do what you do. I just know what works for me because I've adjusted way too many of them and they all annoy me. So this one's going to annoy me too. All right, I'll bring you guys in some. Again, filming a lot of this stuff is hard, especially in a Volkswagen. You guys did a great job holding this light, by the way. It was out of my face. I didn't complain about it. Tim, put this in. You get out of the way. You just gonna cooperate? Maybe. that. And that. All right, exhaust these. I need more bolts. As we go. Now go where you need to go. Alignment tool. By that, I mean any pokey thing. Tights. Tights. All right, now this thing. What am I doing? Thought I left those loose enough. I did not. On. That's for power. Let's see. Twelve volt there. Reconnect you here. Oil. Where's the other blue wire? There we go. Charging field. This is a really long stud. Go there. And then oil pressure. Come on. Boop. You go there. All right. What do I need now? Now that fuel's hooked up, stuff, things. Oh, the starter. All right, put the starter on, and yeah, we'll fire this thing off. I'll leave that off. I gotta put a wheel on. Where's these tubes? Oh, and I gotta tighten the bottom, so it's a good thing we're going up. There's a good reason mechanics usually don't go to yoga. They bend more and they get paid for it at work. At least that's my reasoning. I call this terrible positioning decision of starter. All right, good. Starter connected. Well, while I'm here, let's throw the tire on. Stay. Where's my gun? Yeah, you're the right thing to pick an inconvenient height to work on these. It's probably one of my favorite things to do. Ooh. Calisthenics. Keep it off the ground some, so I can jump in here and do stuff. Let's put the air filter on. I mean, the competency in I'm being done. There, dink. Perfect. All right. Negative cable. Positive cable is, good and tight, which it isn't. It's just there. It's perfect. Negative cable, going to be the same. Boop. Here's 13. Let's get a little snug on this one. This one's a little looser than my liking. All right, if you can believe it, installation error. The rubber line or clutch guide tube, the soft one, I had it routed. It was bent weird around the transmission. Took away any slack, slop, either or that I had. All right, let's try this. See how she runs. Well, not how she runs, but we'll see how she shifts. Oh, foot. All right, now the throttle cable's stuck. That's good. This is going well. Why are you not returning? Something's in a bind, and it's probably the pedal. Oh boy. Oh yeah. All right, that's better. Oh. Pedal wedged. Always be ready to shut them down if something's going wrong. Don't just like let them run. Ah, tech tip. Try it again. All right, what do we got? Where's the engagement? Right there. Perfect. Why I tape that? Because constantly hitting things. All right. Heat flap work. Wind is coming out. Oh, and I have the e-brake up. I guess next is test drive. Sounds like a plan. We'll get her back on the road and see what it does. Good thing is, this is my last like 60-something degree day. Even though I've been here for a while today. Started recording obviously, and well, now we're down to 50. So that's great. But all right, next scene, hopefully inside the car, unless some developments happen where I screwed up. And yeah, we'll take her for a rip. See, hopefully she's done. Actually, I'll do it off camera. But I'll probably let this thing run for a decent bit and just get warmed up and make sure she doesn't leak before I commit to taking her off the rack. Oh, I also got to put that last bolt in. Plan. All right, guys. Developments happened due to the weather, and well, car's still on the rack. Has really nothing to impact doing a test drive, but it annoys me. I think in my first video, sorry for the noise, heat, it's cold. I think in my first video I said the car sits funny, and it does. So much so that this tire is hitting the body, and it won't pick up on camera, but that rib is slowly getting chewed up. And if you've ever hit things, well, the tire strings, good indicator that you have a problem, clearance issue. So measured, all things being apples to oranges, let me get a measurement off the other side. My lift is level, or should be lifting the car level. I'm gonna measure center line to floor because I know my floor is level, see where we're at, and that'll tell me if we're dealing with a body issue, twisted sag chassis, or suspension issue if it got lowered and someone indexed something wrong. So let me get a measurement on the other side real quick. E. $69.25. Nice. All right, center line basically of the wheel well to floor is 69.25. Or sorry, 68. Wait, 68 or 69? I'm 69.125 here. Let me double check this because I might be a moron. $69.25. All right. I'm not. We got about 1/8 of a difference between side. Geez, 1/8 of a difference side to side. That's not gonna cause that. So what I'm gonna do is now we have a weird suspension issue. Torsion is probably sacked out. I don't know, but I do have these bad boys laying on the shelf that are old, used, and they're fine. I'm just gonna throw them on. Take the old shocks out, put the coilovers on. It'll jack the car up, but you know what? It's, trust me, at this point, I'm just throwing them on because I want the car as safe as possible, and they're free. So, not charging anything for this, because I do not want to mess with pulling this torsion bar out to re-index it. If it's an index, I'm going to cheat. Is what I'm getting at. I'm going to jack the rear of the car up to solve the tire exploding issue. I can deal with the car trying to break itself in half. I did throw my bore scope down this. The lower convertible support rail is just 8 out, so it is flexing. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't crazy by saying something it wasn't as far as the door flex goes. The other yellow Ghia I did, the 68, full restoration on it. It has all new stuff. You can actually take the body off and open and shut the doors, not bolted to anything. So it's welded solid, or it doesn't flex. I mean, it probably does, but as far as this, no. But all right, let me get these wheels off and we'll do suspension. I'll be right back. All right, guys, don't know how well you hear me because I got the jet heater going and I'm on the GoPro, but I got my borescope going into the fender well because in the test drive I commented about, you know, the body flexing, and well, there's signs as far as the cracks go. There should be a fender seam here and another body line here. I weld them solid and I put Bondo over them, so it's not unheard of not to see those seams, but like I said, I just don't fill them with mud. Anywho, camera, obviously. Let's see if I can rotate down. Rotate to what I want to show. You're not going to. Yeah, there we go. That hole, that's missing the bottom. So I go forward some. That hole, missing the bottom, and it goes all the way down. Everything, let me step over. Quieter in the body shop side, surprisingly. Anywho, those round circles that are missing the bottom, that's the convertible top support, or frame stiffener. Obviously, well, there's no bottom to it. The 68 I did, stick on this. Click. The 68 I did, well, I did new rockers. Basically every piece of metal in that 6E is brand new. You can take the body off, open the doors, and shut the doors without the chassis on it. Stiff. This, on the other hand, because the lower top supports are, or the lower, where are you going? Because the lower supports are rotted out. It's only being held on by basically perforated metal across, you know, it's not a circle. So all you got is thin sheet metal at the top, and that's it. It's not connected at the bottom. It's not doing its job. So that's the reason for the rattle or the body flex. Is it bad? No. I mean, is it preferable? Also no. You're gonna have body work in the future, I'll tell you that, as far as, you know, because the car's flexing, but it's not gonna kill you. I just wanted to scope it, make sure my brain wasn't going crazy as far as the noises went. But yeah, that I guarantee the passenger side is the exact same way. Probably not as bad, I didn't hear it as much, but the driver's side definitely. And again, I commented on door gaps. That's the reason. Probably also because the rubber has never been replaced, so might have body sag or more squish. I don't know how this car is painted or done. I can tell you it wasn't at a Volkswagen shop, or if it was a friend of a friend who didn't care. So, like I said, just wanted to bring out my thing, make sure I wasn't going crazy. Nothing, it's not an upsell tactic. It's more or less, hey, by the way, I'm not crazy when I said your car's flexing. So, bad thing is there's no real good way to fix it. There's no easy fix. You're cutting the rockers off, and basically you're rebuilding the side of the car. So, well, anyway, I might put this in the video. Well, I just panicked because I looked out my window, my shop window, and I didn't see the Ghia. It's on the lift. It's been a day so far. But anyway, I might have this in the video. Obviously, if you're seeing us or watching us, I put it in. So there you go. Little extra information I like to put in. All right, guys, wheels are off. I've done shocks on this channel before. Where's a flashlight? They're simple. I'm not going to bore you with them. Take out top bolt. Take out your bottom bolt in here. This guy. Pull a shock out. Throw a new shock in. Pretty straightforward. Let me get this done. Get this back on the ground. See what it looks like. Hopefully it's not as you know, derpy looking. Shouldn't be, because it's gonna raise. So still might have a twist. If it does, I mean, it is what it is. I'm gonna have to address the owner with that one, as far as trying to straighten the body. But this is just it doesn't cut a tire, because that would be bad. So we're gonna get these things on, and hopefully you'll join me with the car back on the ground and off of the lift. It'll actually be easier to get off the lift now, because it's not doing the you know, lean. So that's a plus. I'll be back. All right, guys, shocks are on. Still not on the ground yet, but the coilovers, they're there. One thing I did notice, there's no or very little body bushing. There should be a rubber pad in there. This side's a little better, but also, I don't know if it'll pick up, it's not all the way down. So I'm going to recommend new body pads for this thing. I have one that'll work. I have two that'll work, but like I said, doing this is going to open up a whole new can of worms, because once I redo these, you still got two in the package tray, and then this gap's going to move. So you're talking about, to get everything, you know, aligned and working, a couple hours, at least to my standards, because you can see this door gap really wide at the top. I think the same thing on the driver's side. Yeah, real close on the bottom, super wide at the top. The door gasket, I do have one on the passenger side. It barely touches the top. Yes, it's still on the lift. Yes, it's bananaing, but it shouldn't be that bad because the way I support these things is on the frame there and on the header. It's not on the body, so really it's how it should be sitting when it's on the road, if that makes any sense. But these are all like little, little concerns I have to address with the owner. But let me get these wheels on, get this thing back on the ground, and yeah, hopefully, I still got to put the door gasket on that side, so I really need it off the lift. And it is snowing again here because Kentucky, and probably test drive Sunday. I think it's the plan. I think that's when stuff should be melted and be able to drive. So, all right, plan. Let me get this thing all wrapped up. I still got to run the engine to make sure no leaks. No leaks so far, so still good. Well, I'll update with the next concern I have. All right, quick update. Off the lift, doesn't look bad. It's not like super raked race car, but the most important thing is it sits level. Before it was all, Bell palsy on the driver's side. So I'm happy with this. The car's good now. If he wants it lower, I can do what I do on the normal ones and just make drop locks, but the fender clearance in the front and the rear match now. It's not all sacked out. We got, I don't know, scientific 4 fingers on this side. This side's probably maybe a little lower, just by a bit, but still scientific 4 fingers. Here, what do we got? 2-ish. Probably a little less on this side, but still 2-ish. It rides even a day, it's better. Door gap did close a bit coming onto the ground, but it's still, I get my fingers in here. But like I said, that's body flex. Not in here for this, but at least that's better. Just got to install some odds and ends and we'll get this thing on the road. Like I said, it's snowing right now. Probably not going to drive tomorrow just because of it. But next dry weather road, we'll take this thing out. All right, guys, back in the shop, early morning. We are at a ripe 20-something degrees. So cold that my GoPro is, well, hopefully recording, but the screens are off. So anywho, I'm gonna fire this thing up and let it warm up and hopefully heat up before I take it out. Because yeah, that'd be ideal. It does have heat. Don't know how well it works, so we'll pre-warm this thing. Oh, will she just fire? We're good. I'm gonna let it sit idle, set you guys up, and yeah, hopefully get you on the road with the next view. All right, let's see what this thing can do. It's gonna be cold. So far, clutch is good. This roof is kicking my butt. Good. I might have to adjust it out just a little bit. It's grabbing a little higher than I like it. It is definitely cold in here. I don't know if you can see by my breath, but it's doing. It's definitely doing something. Do you have a screwdriver? I think I've got a screwdriver. I might have to bump up the idle a little bit. Not sure on the idle yet.
train tracks. Let's see if you got a little quieter with the, not as bad for braking sounding, but still there. Give her a money shift. Go back up in there. Ah, everything's fighting me. Downshift's fine. Transmission feels okay. Fuel gauge is doing fuel gauge stuff. I put a gasket up for the roof, so I'm not getting as much, pulled to the teeth. But, I mean, results are debatable. Oh, it just died. Yeah, I gotta bump up that idle. It's either the idle or it's my, idle circuit. Come on. Maybe check the timing again. Yeah, let me run out. Let's see if I can hand move it. Because it idles fine cold or sitting here. It's just coming off of revs. See what I got going on. I don't know what happened. She just quit on me. That was weird. I think it's my idle air cutoff valve, to be honest with you. She's not happy. Pretty sure it's my idle air cut off. Because when I was in there, trying to see if I could bump up the idle with the big screw, I touched that valve, or the solenoid, and she just died. So let's get her back to the shop. I'll do a little tuning on her, but I think I'm just fighting it a lot. I think that solenoid's clicking in and out. Because once you get her going and moving, it's completely fine. Basically, once that throttle blade's open, so it can overcome the bounce the road. Overcome the shut valve. It's fine. Second gear, a couple revs, get some fuel in her, and she takes off. Back to the shop, get on the big camera. I got a little bit of tuning to do, but it's nothing major. So join me on the big cam. Still gotta put this on. back in the shop. Cut out on me a couple times, and it sounds like he's gonna die right now. Yeah, I gotta see what's going on. I think it's that solenoid. But let me diagnose and check back. The good thing is it always refired. So that was that, you know, the good news. The bad news is double footing, which, you know, not ideal. So I'll be back with updates. Let me take a look at this thing. All right, guys, I got updates. It's pretty much exactly what I thought it was. If it wants to start, but this terminal for the clickety-clack solenoid, it's loose. I've fought them before. Fires right up. But driving, what was happening is this was moving. Oh, now it's not going to do it. Basically, I was touching this. I guess I arced it while I bent it together. That was moving, and when it shut down on the drive, that's what happened when I was back there trying to adjust the idle. It just wiggled loose. So, if you have a car cutting out, check that first. But let me tighten up those things. I'm probably gonna cut the end off and retune the carburetor. But yeah, that was the problem. Usually I drive around with screwdrivers and extra parts. This time I didn't because I already had this car out. Wasn't expecting an issue, but then again, I did pull the engine. So, well, all right, let me do some things and I'll report back. All right, swapped out my chair terminal, so everything's back to normal. Hopefully everything should be fine, even if I jiggle wiggle it. I'll tell you this much, it starts up already better. See if I get throttle response back. Night-and-day difference. Before, I think when I pulled in, I'm stepping inside the other shop again, loud. Ooh, cold in here. Before, when I pulled in or when I got back, I was flooring it and just super delayed on the throttle. I ended up on the drive turning up the screw you shouldn't touch, basically to bypass the idle air adjustment. So now I got to reset the carburetor. But with that said, the car's done. Might take it out one more time for a rip before delivery, but as of right now, that was the issue. I had a loose connection, and it just kept basically cutting in, cutting out, and overfueling the car when it shut down. Hence the reason for installing. It was doing its job. In other words, it was doing its job wrong, but it was doing its job. It was cutting air, shutting the thing down, so you know the carb was at least dialed in correctly. Because when that thing shuts, your car should die. If it doesn't, and that valve shuts, that means your blade's open. Your throttle blade's open. So, with that said, I think I'll get on a big cam and wrap this thing up because it's done. I gotta put a rear view mirror on. Other than that, it's pretty much wrapped up. So. All right, not too bad of a test drive. Sounds so much better now. This screw that I'm touching now is the one you don't touch. Like I said, that's not your idle adjustment. Your idle adjustment's that big screw. So, oh yeah, she's healthy again. Might go back just to fine tune the idle, but she smells good. She revs fine. Yeah, the problem was that I screwed up. I had to bump the wire, bent the wire, did something to it. But yeah, like I said, let me get on a big cam and wrap all this up. I might double What was that? I might double ramp it up, bring it in with the mic and the big camera instead of the GoPro, because I know the audio on this is kind of So, all right, stay tuned for whatever my next ramble is. All right, guys, big camera. I don't know how well the GoPro picked up, but yeah, that was the issue. I'm probably going to end up going on another test drive. I'll cover this on wrap up. But as of right now, the car should be fine. Like I said, the wire, the terminal that I had on here, I guess when I did the engine or the clutch job, I knocked it or I stretched it. So it idles now. I should be able to jiggle wires, nothing to happen. Fires right up. It's still cold, but she'll come off the choke easy, runs great. Actually idles better now than it was before. I say that as it's trying to cut out. The choke's not even on. Let's get it on the choke. Anyway, idles better now. Warm starts or cold idles better now than it has. It was doing a little jumpy, but I just attributed that to it being cold, which they do that regardless. So it's not out of the norm for me to think that. But with that said, the car's wrapped up. Like I said, I might do another drive on it. Might throw my GoPro in and just go for a tootle before delivery, because you always get, or at least I always get that uneasy feeling, especially when she tried to, lack of better terms, shit the brick on me. But I'm about 100% sure that was the issue, because like I said, we had it out on first initial test drive when the rear blew, when the rear main blew, and it was completely solid. Didn't change anything to the car other than taking the engine out and putting it back in. Like I said, I could have stretched the wire and just made a false connection. Changed out the chair terminal, and now she's fine. So with that said, let me get you on the tripod and I'll wrap this thing up. Hopefully the owner can come and enjoy this car. It probably will be back because it's been off the road for, he doesn't know, I don't know, years is what he was told, and that's what I'm going on. I can almost guarantee that. But yeah, it'll probably be back for, miscellaneous odds and ends. I still got to put that rear view mirror on. Completely forgot. It's only been in the passenger seat. That's good. Anywho's, let me get it on a tripod and wrap this thing up. All right, guys, capping the video. The car, while I say it's 100%, it's probably, I don't know, we'll go with a solid 82.3%. The reason I say that is I have, I think, a total of 20 miles on this car. First test drive before the rear main went fine. This test drive in this video, gray area. I think I screwed up. Well, I know what I did. I stretched the wires on the solenoid, so it kept kicking in and out and trying to kill the car. Because once you open the throttle, and I think I said this in the drive video, I haven't edited it yet, but once you basically crack the throttle, the car would wake up and be fine. It's just when the throttle blade was shut, there was the idle air bypass was shut as well, so it couldn't breathe, strangulating it, if you will. So you'll probably hear that commentation or what I was doing in the drive anyway. But with that said, I want the owner actually to drive it, to experience the car, see what he has. Also, the rear shocks, I think I said it in the video, as far as the drive, world difference from the first drive. The car still is a little burp. It's going to need its body tweaked, body mounts fixed, but it is dramatically better ride quality. What else was I saying? Oh yeah, reason it's coming back is because like I said, it drives fine to me. It works fine to me. Owner has yet to drive this car. He bought it and basically dropped it off here. So I'm sure there's going to be odds and ends, stuff that he may want corrected, may want addressed. So tailor it to him. If not, that's great. The car's perfect as is then. But every owner is different. If you drive Volkswagens, you know that your car is not like your buddies. They're all quirky, they're all weird. They're basically tailored to you or to your driving style, what would have you. But anywho, I'm rambling enough. This video is probably long enough, but hopefully this is the last. We're going to see something new on the channel next episode, because I
I like the car, don't get me wrong. It's just taken way too long to wrap this thing up. Just a bunch of nickel and dime and, you know, odds and ends. And, you know, when it came in, if you watch the very first video, it came in basically a shell for the most part with a drivetrain. So we ended up doing all the electrical, you know, pretty much buttoning this car up to actually make it run and drive under its own power. So with doing all this and also working over somebody else who originally did the work, something might come up. I don't know. But hopefully it doesn't come back because of anything I did. Hopefully it's just something the owner wants. But with that said, again, I ramble way too much. If you like this episode, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. If you do, I promise you, we will chit chat. As always, thanks for watching. Hopefully see you on the next one. Thanks, guys. Done. Please leave.